The quote that you see on the screen there, "Some days I hate the NBA," was the one that got the majority of the attention yesterday. There are two things I want, Jalen, you to react to. The first of them is involving the Warriors. Talking about his time at Golden State, he said, "I came in there wanting to be a part of the group, to be a part of the family, and definitely felt accepted, but I'll never be one of those guys. I didn't get drafted there. Steph Curry, obviously, drafted there. Andre Iguodala won the first finals, first championship. Klay Thompson, drafted there. Draymond Green, drafted there. As time went on, I started to realize I'm just different from the rest of the guys. It's not a bad thing, just my circumstances and how I came up in the league. And on top of that, the media always looked at it like KD and the Warriors. So it's like nobody could get a full acceptance of me there." This is an interesting explanation of his thinking and why he decided to leave Golden State. What did you think?
There's a lot of truth to his commentary. If you look back at their first championship, Bob Myers did an ill-advised joke at the parade, basically acknowledging the fact that Kevin Durant joined the bandwagon. We saw how this played out in the huddle with he and Draymond Green when they got heated with one another. Though he wasn't drafted by the Golden State Warriors, however, that fan base accepted him like he was one of their own. He won 2 championships. He won 2 finals MVPs. That is why he actually went there, is what he's proven. To erase the narrative that I was an MVP great player in OKC that couldn't get it done. This is why LeBron initially left Cleveland to go to Miami.
I get it. And listen, I understand everything he's saying, and I think he's exactly right. I think he had to realize, and maybe at the very beginning he didn't fully understand, the magnitude of the decision he was making and how people were going to react to it. And I think it was, to some degree, the Warriors and Kevin Durant, even though he was their best player in winning those championships. So I understand what he's saying, and it makes me fully understand why he felt he needed to leave.
So when you draft a core group of people, normally that's the toughest thing to do in the NBA, and they become champions. They did that with the Splash Brothers and Draymond. So they are like brothers. KD was like the cousin that came to ran with him for a couple of years.
Right.
He was still welcome. He was family. He still got a plate at the barbecue, all of that. But at some point, he got to go home. And if you notice, when he got unhappy emotionally, that took a toll on him and eventually led to him leaving the Golden State Warriors.
Well, so he addresses that in the other quote, and this is one that obviously got a lot of attention yesterday, and I will caution as I read this, that you have to really read the piece to understand the full context of why he's saying this. It is not just a rant about hating life in the NBA. This is a portion of the interview. He says, "Some days I hate the circus of the NBA. Some days I hate that the players let the NBA business, the fame that comes with the business, alter their minds about the game. Sometimes I don't like being around the executives and politics that come with it. I hate that." Again, as I ask for your reaction, if you read the piece, it is a very thoughtful look at the life of an NBA superstar, at least through his eyes, and how he views his place in all of it and how it impacts him emotionally. And it is a very introspective piece. That said, what is your take on him saying, "Sometimes I hate the NBA"?
There's a quote that says, "Choose a job that you love so you'll never have to work a day in your life." He's doing what he loves. And if you ask anybody across the country, there are things about our jobs that we flat out don't like. Right now, there are people at their jobs unhappy. And there's somebody else thinking, if I had that person's job, I'll show up every day, I'll work late, I'll do it for free. And then you get the job, and you're like, I'm underappreciated and I'm underpaid. That's how he's feeling right now. If he could just barnstorm and play rec ball all of the time, he loves the game that very much that he would play outside. But the problem is you don't make that mega check.
Right.
You don't get those endorsements. You don't get the opportunity to be in the Wall Street Journal on a spread. You don't have boardroom. So as much as he dislikes the media aspect that comes with it, he continues to initiate opportunities for himself to be in the media.
Correct. Listen, there's so much in this to unpack. It is actually a much bigger conversation than just that. I never ask anyone to feel sorry for another person who's worth $1 billion because I get it. In your life, that's just not your reality. But it is also accurate to state that your happiness generally as a person does not always come from money and from things that you have around you. He's a deeper person than that. He has a lot of thoughts on this stuff, and there are clearly things he doesn't like. Look, you and I have things in our jobs we don't like every single day. Doesn't mean we don't love it. I think he loves being a basketball player.
He does.
I think he loves being in the NBA most of the time. And it doesn't mean that there aren't some things that come with that life, you would get it better than I would, that sometimes not only doesn't he like, but he actually feels like he hates it.
Well, he doesn't like the fact that everything that he says or does as a superstar athlete is going to be acknowledged in one way, shape, or form. But that comes with the territory. And so we've seen this play out for him for public consumption, creating burner accounts, finding ways to be in the comments. But if you notice, usually this happens with the current day athlete when you say something negative about them.
Right.
Then you get them upset. But you can sit here on the desk and talk positive about people 99% of the time. They won't even hit you and say thank you.
I understand that, but I think this is less that than I think it is just a guy being honest, right? He's just telling you his honest feelings. Like, sometimes I just don't feel that happy. I get that you perceive my life to be exceptional, and it is.
Correct.
But sometimes he's just not that happy.
Well, Dennis Rodman basically did a quote. It was like, I'm one of the top 10 most famous people in the world. You would think that I'm happy. And so for all the people that look at athletes and people that work in the media and think money makes you happy or fame makes you happy, Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors, won 2 straight championships when he was healthy, and left when he became a free agent.
You should read the piece if you're interested in this. There's a lot in it.
Everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.